scroll is put together by volunteers with Communities United Against Police Brutality. We are over a 22-year police accountability organization in Minnesota. We're based out of the Twin Cities, and we work to hold law enforcement accountable in the state of Minnesota. And so we have a few names on here that are from, I think, like the 80s and the 90s, but the rest of it is everybody who's been killed by law enforcement in Minnesota since before 2000. So we have been people who've been shot and killed, who've been neglected. We have people here who were killed in car chases, car crashes by police.
And the police were racing through a town and hit their car at a high speed and murdered the whole family. The entire family was killed by the police.
We try to keep this updated with every name of a person killed by law enforcement in Minnesota, because every name matters. We've had to even add patches to it because too many names keep getting added, unfortunately, so we've had to kind of restitch it a bit to make room for more. And we're constantly updating it too, because we have cases or names that we just learned about. Like, it should be technically in the chronological order, but you can see up here Michelle Busha, 1980. So we're still learning names, and as we learn them, we'll add them to the scroll.
There's a woman in our group, Jan, and she's got like the beautiful penmanship that we use her to do this, to keep it updated. Yeah, you gotta move it over a little switch that way.
One of the things that we do is we have something called the Stolen Lives Justice Fund. 100% of the proceeds that go towards that fund go to these families, the families of everyone that's on this list. And we try to support them financially because, the costs of losing a loved one abruptly is just too much for people to bear, not to mention the legal fees that go with these cases if they want to file a civil lawsuit. So we just recently opened a litigation unit with Communities United Against Police Brutality. Just this year we opened that, and we're currently representing about 5 families of stolen lives in Minnesota to help their family get a measure of justice, because I don't know if you can ever truly get justice in these cases. One of the things that CUAPB also has is we have what's called the Reinvestigation Work Group, and so that work group supports kind of our litigation unit. And what we do, the Reinvestigation Work Group, is we evaluate all of the evidence in cases of police shootings or killings in Minnesota, and we examine all of that evidence. Usually it's the report from the BCA, but we'll also work with the families to look at their cases. We'll interview witnesses, we'll go to the scene, we'll take our own photographs, we'll take our own measurements. And what we try to do is we try to first and foremost get the truth of that narrative out to the families about what happened to their loved one, because often they're never told. The police don't tell them what actually happened. Or they just need someone to sit with them and go through, footage or paper or whatever it is. So we do that work with them, and we try to create a report for them at the end of that reinvestigation. These take at least a year to do for each of them, to go through everything. And then our goal at the end is to get them an attorney to hopefully take their case forward. And that's kind of one of the reasons why we started our litigation unit, is because we have a hard time finding attorneys who will take these cases.
To keep it even, it's the only way to do that. See how long this whole thing is? And wait till you hear this. We had it updated yesterday. Yeah. The cops murdered somebody last night.
Yeah.
Overnight.
In Rochester, wasn't it?
Yeah, so our website is pretty easy. It's CUAPB.org. You can go find all of the information there. We have a tab or like a page specifically for stolen lives, and you can find the information about our complete stolen lives list. You can donate either directly to the Stolen Lives Justice Fund, so that money again would go directly to families, or you can donate to our organization as a whole. We have been like all volunteer organization for the past 20 some years. We only have one paid staff member now, who is that attorney that we just recently hired.
Organization?
Yeah, it's Communities United Against Police Brutality.